My name is Cliffy Jr. Exposed the United States government for genocide, war crimes, and treason, and essentially violating the Nuremberg Code and the Geneva Convention, okay? Running human trafficking through the prison industrial complex, infiltrating and calling out families for control. The U.S. been using non-consensual neurological and biological weapons on civilians, okay? Illegal programs such as COINTELPRO and MK Ultra never actually ended. They are ran through government control systems. This includes the uses of non-consensual neurological and biological weapons, systems of corruption, control, and forced indoctrination, modern-day mental slavery, okay? They use this technology to secretly carry out government-sponsored organized crime on innocent people that expose systematic corruption, and they use their systems, okay, to try to pretty much have you confined to cover up the crimes of the state, whether that be a psych ward, a prison, or they try to make you kill yourself, okay? They try to meet algorithms. This is the mark of the beast. I believe this has been used on the population for at least 60 or 70 years. They did the same thing to my father, okay? In 1998, the United States government, these criminal networks, killed my father by satellite under the guise of National Security Administration. Yes, they lied about everything. They have the complete ability to control your neurological system, bring voices and frequencies in your head, torture you. They use all these systems for control mechanisms and purposes, along with the infiltration and manipulation of family members through their systems. The constant death threats, all these people are cowards. Most of them are nothing more than a bunch of homosexual punks. The police run modern-day slavery and human trafficking through the prison industrial complex for control, okay? And they have your family members, okay, involved in covering up the crimes of the state. This means they're required to make sacrifices. They're indoctrinated in the secret societies and cults. They say, so you believe in God? Okay, well, we're going to kill you, okay? And they wage psychological warfare on innocent people and then try to make it look like you're going to get your family killed when realistically it's a gang of criminals that are all employed by corrupt-ass police, okay? And they infiltrate almost every aspect of society, including family, friends, and all that through their systems, okay? Fraudulently, the U.S. government keep the population in a state of fear, okay? While fraudulently adding law-abiding innocent civilians, the terrorist watch list, okay, and have them targeted by the community abroad. That's right. This is what's called gang stalking. This means all their little puppets, okay, that they're actually controlling, manipulating through their systems, okay, and some of our family members are involved in covering up the crimes of the state. They all come together and try to rid you from society. They use voice to skull and synthetic telepathy. The police, okay, perform kidnappings and things of that nature. Once they infiltrate every parts of your family, they try to drive you homeless, okay, or drive you towards suicide, okay? And if you got like a relationship far as a woman or something like that, this is what's called the honeypot, okay? They'll have the woman or whatever pretty much attack you mentally or try to keep you in a state of anger or aggression, okay? And they all liars. You get what I'm saying? They all liars indoctrinated in secret societies and cults, and they get paid to play, okay? This is murder for hire and paid to play. So it's like these sick-ass people, a lot of them are living double lives, okay? They come and act as a normal person, okay? This is all orchestrated and ran by the CIA at the highest level of government through all these systems, which includes prison, medical, psychiatry, okay? Even prisons. This is where the U.S., if you look online, you look at patents, you'll see that the U.S. government is a patent signed with at least over 800,000 people in petitions where as though innocent people, okay, have been chipped in prisons with non-consensual neural technology and biological weapons, okay? All while they use the family, okay, and try to have you confined to a mental institution and have you raped, tortured. You're living in hell, pretty much Satan's kingdom, okay? So they want to have you confined to a mental institution so they can strip away your rights, okay? Police involvement, Federal Bureau of Investigation involvement, and these criminal networks involvement, and the family involvement, okay? So you got a gang of criminals that's attempting to commit genocide, make sacrifices, and they get gifts. They get rewarded. They get presents. They get money. They get little gift cards, okay? We heard this out publicly, whereas though you had trillions of dollars that went missing, okay? These are all untraceable, untrackable funds that went missing that's being distributed to these cowards, these pieces of shit that get paid murder for hire. The corrupt cops, the whole fucking system has been infiltrated with CIA agents that these are so-called controlled simulation, and this technology has been used for control. It's patents on all the U.S. government websites for this technology, okay, that's being used on a general public. It's been used for well over 60 or 70 years. Illegal programs, just like I said, such as COINTELPRO and MK Ultra, never ended. The technology just expanded and got, more sophisticated and advanced, way better, okay? So they using voice to skull on me and remote neural manipulation. Okay, this is an attempt to try to rid you from society, okay, or to try to make you look crazy. This is all technology, non-consensual neurological and biological weapons. They lied about everything. They try to destroy your body internally. They radiate you, try to give you cancer. They mess up your digestive system, okay, and destroy your organs and try to have the medical or doctors or whatever cover all this shit up. This is all technology. In September of 2006, I was illegally implanted with a non-consensual neural weapon at Baltimore City Detention Center and vaccinated with a clear substance, which I believe to be a biological weapon that works in coherence with whatever implant they placed in my right ankle, okay? And I can actually feel this operating within my body, okay, through my ankle. It feels like I have electrical discharge as I'm being tortured 24/7, okay? I'm just trying to go to work and maintain. They attack your mind, okay? They attack your body and try to destroy your organs. Even in the documentary, Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, they've been exposed to this shit. They said, we'll attack their minds, we'll destroy their organs. This was the Rothschild. The U.S. government, okay, federal agencies, or the Federal Reserve is ran by offshore banking institutions, Rothschild banking systems, okay? They're Satanists. This is the Illuminati and how their so-called sick-ass systems has always functioned through lies, deception, infiltration, okay, and disinformation campaigns, okay? My first name is Cliff. My last name is Few. All my gang stalking started from Baltimore City Detention Center. Family members involved in trying to cover up the crime to the state. I relocated to Florida, distanced myself from family and relatives and people that tried to destroy me. And I'm being tortured nonstop, even still in Sarasota, Florida. I even went to Green Bank, West Virginia, okay? Whereas though they're not supposed to have any radio frequency or satellite signatures. However, I still received voice to skull synthetic telepathy and was brutally tortured regardless in Green Bank, West Virginia. Okay, this is a place where though they're not supposed to have any radio frequency or telecommunications. This is some type of advanced satellite-based neural network, okay, that's been distributed decades ago by these governments. Just like they say, the military-industrial complex, as far as their technologies, is at least 50 or 60 years advanced or ahead of anything that you think that's even fucking possible. And this technology is like you living in a sci-fi or science fiction movie, but it's so advanced and so sophisticated. This is reality, okay? This is what's reality. Targeted individuals and victims of cyber torture are essentially victims of government genocide and depopulation programs from within, and the family members involved. If you're on a terrorist watch list, okay, family or friends or whoever you got are involved. They act like they don't know nothing, and they try to say, hey, maybe you should go see a psychiatrist. No, this is meant to strip you of your rights, your free will, try to make you look crazy, okay? Then, and if you wind up dead, they say, hey, he was just crazy. He killed himself. And nobody, and it's like they say, nobody will care. Why? Because most of the people that was around you and you explain these things to, well, guess what? They were always controlled. They was already involved and controlled by this corrupt ass so-called beast system. This is how that Babylonian system worked from inside, okay? That's right. Using the closest people to you to try to destroy you. So watch who you consider your friends, watch the system, and expose how this shit really operates. Please share this message. I love y'all.